Hi guys, so admitting that you were wrong is generally considered a positive character feature. Everyone makes mistakes, but it takes courage to admit that you are wrong. And we as a society generally hold people who have this ability, that they can admit that they were wrong, we hold them in high esteem. Now when it comes to politics, I believe the same should happen, but it doesn't. Now last year, Nicola Sturgeon, the Scottish First Minister, apologised for breaching COVID rules. This year she apologised for the problems related to the rollout of the vaccine app. I believe when a politician apologises for mistakes made, this is a good thing. It's important that the apology is sincere, but that lessons have been learned. However, when it comes to the Tories, they see apologies as a sign of weakness. Here, Cabinet Office Minister Steve Barclay was called on to apologise on behalf of the government for the mistakes made during the pandemic. Well, you can guess what's going to happen.
But of course, if there are lessons to learn, we're keen to do so.
Keen to start with an apology, though, I would have thought.
Well, no, we followed the scientific advice.
So no apology?
We followed the scientific advice. We protected the NHS.
20,000 lives needlessly lost because you didn't lock down a week earlier and you don't want to apologise?
Well, the issue of the timing of the lockdown was based on the evidence and the scientific advice at the time.
No apology that we were told by the then Health Secretary that there was a protective ring around care homes, and we know that not to be the case.
Well, the decisions were taken on the evidence and the scientific advice at the time. They were taken to protect the NHS.
I don't understand why you don't want to apologise.
Well, there are lessons to learn, but the point is that we took decisions based on the science.
Yeah, but you're representing the government this morning, and there were 20,000 unnecessary deaths in the United Kingdom, many of them elderly people, and you don't want to apologise.
Well, what I'm saying, Kay, is did we take decisions based on the scientific evidence we were protected?
Why did we save lives? We're sorry.
Did we save lives through deploying the vaccine at pace far quicker than many comparable countries?
Are you not sorry about that?
Well, this is why we're taking decisions, for example, around
why can't you just say, yes,
patients.
we are sorry?
Well, there will be lessons, and of course where there's lessons, we're keen to take that on board.
How can you not say you're sorry?
Well, that is heartbreaking. That impact on families, that impact in terms of people's funerals is heartbreaking.
This is, my God, this is frustrating to listen to. Now, what a pathetic individual and what a pathetic party that he represents. Anyway, let's look at some of the things he said. Now, he said, if there are lessons to be learned. Well, clearly, you didn't learn the lessons at the beginning of the pandemic and apply them later on. Every decision was taken either to protect the government or to protect Boris Johnson. We followed the advice. That's what he said. Well, no, you didn't. You were told to lock down earlier on, and you waited and waited until it was too late. There was advice from SAGE about schools that was ignored. There was advice about social distancing and masks that was ignored, either completely or partially, for political reasons. Lies about care homes and their protective ring. There were lies, those lies were to protect Boris Johnson and Matt Hancock and the government at the time. The government wasn't prepared when they said that they were, and that was followed by statements that, well, nobody could have been prepared. He tries to sell the idea that they took professional advice at every turn. But this is a lie, because they clearly didn't, and it cost thousands of lives. They won't apologise because it shows, in their eyes, weakness. But it demonstrates that they were also to blame. The saddest part of all of this is that members of the public will still think that Boris Johnson is doing his best, and they will be unconcerned with any apology. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.